Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and today I'm going to talk about my May TBR. We are going to get right into things. I am in the middle of several things that I would like to talk about because I didn't necessarily talk about all of them for what I was starting last month. So first of all, with my oldest son, I'm reading The Red Tower by J.B. Simmons, and this is actually a sequel to The Blue Tower. We have a character named Cypher who wakes up at the Blue Tower in the first book, doesn't know how he got there, doesn't know really why he's there. There are other people that are there, and he has no memories at all from his past. And the tale is very much about how you need to be like cleansed, and this different tower that he's at has a different kind of emphasis, and this is passion. So I don't want to tell you anything else about the story because I don't want to be spoilery, but it's very allegorical. All right, the next one that I have just started in the middle of with my youngest son is Flawed Dogs, and this is by Berkeley Breathed. I'm wondering very much if this is a pen name. And this is a little cute story about a little sad dog and a little sad girl who become best friends. So we're just a couple chapters in. And then as a family read aloud at lunchtime, we are on the last book of Lloyd Alexander's The High King. And I have talked about this series before. We have Taryn, who is an assistant pig keeper, and the pig is somewhat of an oracle. He's got a princess friend named Elenwee. He's got a bard friend who has his strings on his lute break when he tells lies. And then he has a bestie named Gurgi, who is this little weird creature who I picture, and my kids too, picture as kind of a shorter Chewbacca, and they are fighting evil a lot of the time. This is the last book in the series. The first book is the book of 3. The second one is The Black Cauldron, which is the name they gave to the Disney movie. Don't watch the Disney movie. I love Disney. I love Disney movies. I would skip The Black Cauldron altogether, though. Absolutely terrible. And the other one in the middle of that I have talked about is Emma, with my daughter, who is my oldest child. She just recently turned 16, and this is her first Jane Austen experience. I mentioned in my last video that she wants to read it. First, because she wants to watch Clueless, and I told her she could not watch Clueless until she'd read Emma. So she's liking the character of Emma a little bit better than me. Those of you that don't know, Emma is she's a very loving yet very class snob, snooty girl who thinks she can run other people's lives better than they can and wants to match people up. But the humor and our male lead is just wonderful. It's a great book. So let's get into what I'm reading that I'm not in the middle of, that will be starting. The first one is a buddy read with Dia from Novel Idea, and this is To Love and Be Wise by Josephine Tey. And this is a murder mystery type book. From what I haven't read Josephine Tey before, but what I've kind of read is that it's a little bit harsher than cozy, but a little bit cozier than some other authors. And so we have like an inspector that has been in other books by her that is central to the story. Don't know much else other than that. Something that I can actually say I have already started, but I'm maybe going to restart or reread some. I mentioned last month I was going to be reading Hamlet for April. I mentioned in April that I'd be reading Hamlet, and I had a request from Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library if we could buddy read it together. I said absolutely. So we're going to get going sometime probably in May, and if we don't finish it in May, that's fine. I think I would rather just do it whenever is best for Chrissy, and I just enjoy the beautiful words and the wonder that was William Shakespeare's Hamlet. And then I am really excited to reread for, I think this will be the third time. I don't know if I'm going to read it with my eyeballs or if I'm going to listen to it. The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. This is actually my favorite romance, I think, at this point in my life. I love all of Jane Austen's romances a lot, so it may be about equal to that, but this may be just a step above in my heart of like my favorite. I'm not a big romance girly, so this is just such a good book. We have Valancy, who has an absolutely terrible family. They treat her terribly. They treat her very insignificantly. And she gets some news that is a catalyst for change in her life. And she decides, I'm going to live my life. She ends up moving away from her family, helping a friend in need. And she ends up falling in love. And that's all I'll say about it, because I think if you have not read it, you should experience the joy of this book. I love it so much. Of course, I am an Anne of Green Gables fan for life. Anne of Green Gables is what made me the reader that I am today. But I didn't read The Blue Castle until like just a few years ago. And I am so thankful that The Blue Castle exists as well. Speaking of Courtney, who is doing a read-along of The Blue Castle, which is why I'm rereading it, she publishes as C.P. Cabaniss and has this book, Sparks Over Glenwood, coming out in June. And this is a 4th of July story. There is a series that she has written called Glenwood Hearts, and this is a sequel for that series, and it has like the parents and how they fell in love. It is a very patriotic story, and it is clean. She's clean with kisses type romance writer, so you won't find any like terrible language. You will not ever have any sex scenes, open or closed door in her books. And so I think you will really, if you like contemporary romance, like I said, I'm not a big romance girly, but I do really enjoy Courtney's books. And I hope you guys will give her a chance if you haven't already and pre-order her book. And read a lot, friends. Bye-bye.